أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you are all doing well and you are happy with your family members. Okay. In previous lecture, before I start the previous lecture, I welcome you to the today's lecture. Sorry, I forgot in the beginning. So now we talked about in previous video, we talked about past continuous tense, and we also discussed all the cases. Approximately 9 cases of past continuous tense were discussed in the previous lecture. I hope you benefited from the usages. If you have any questions regarding to any usage of the past lesson, you are most welcome to put your question forward, and inshallah I will try my best to reach out to your question and get your question answered. Today will be today I have come across with a new tense, which is future tense, future simple tense. So let's take it up today with simple future tense. Okay. First of all, we'll talk about its namely explanation of future simple tense. That why do we call simple future tense? So let's talk about that. So most welcome to grammar class, as you can read it here as well. So simple future tense, future simple tense, it can be called simple future tense or future simple tense, right? Simple future tense or future simple tense, both some people, some English teachers or some grammarians, they call it simple future tense, and some grammarians call it future simple tense, right? They can be called in both, no problem if you change the place of simple and bring it instead of future, and change the place of future and bring it in front instead of simple. So what do we call simple tense? The very first thing we say, simple means the specification of an action. It mostly focuses on the specification of an action rather than the continuation of an action. What do you call future? Because it's in the family of future, that's henceforth we call it future tense. And what do you call tense? You know, I defined the tense in all the videos, right? So similar the case, the structure of simple future tense. The structure of simple future tense is a little bit more complicated than the other tenses, because it has almost three structures, but we will be studying 2 structure here. It has one more structure, which is to be 2 plus verb, which is that's also recognized with the simple future tense. So first structure is subject will, shall plus verb 1 in the base form of the verb, and then we have beginning 2 plus verb first form. So let's move to the word file. So there we will discuss more about the structures, right? And also I'll give you some more examples about the structure of this. So first, let's see that the positive structure with shall, will we will study. Positive structure with shall. Okay, so we have subject. The structure was subject plus will. Will plus or shall can also be plus verb, the first form of the verb. Remember that, just verb if I write, so that's okay. Verb plus complement. So this is the structure of the simple future tense. Okay, what type of structure is this? Let me write it in full form. This is the positive structure of simple present tense, right? No, simple future tense. So subject, give me subject. I would say we will. Give me a verb. We will go tomorrow. Very simple example. We will go tomorrow. You can either say we shall go tomorrow. We shall go tomorrow. If you want to know the differences between will and shall, go to Twitter. Go to watch a video on modal auxiliary verbs. On modal auxiliary verbs, I have in the lecture, in the tutorial of modal auxiliary verbs, I have explained what is the difference between will and shall. But I'll just go briefly upon the differences. Will is mostly used for all subjects in American English, right? So will is used for all subjects in American English, for all subjects, whether it's the first person pronoun, second person pronoun, or third person pronoun. For all subjects, will is used. While in British English, English, shall is used for first person pronoun. First person pronoun are I and we. For first person pronoun I and we, in British English shall is used. For others will is used, while in American English for all subjects will is used. Okay, good. Now let me give you another example. For example, they will what? They will travel next year to Dubai. They will travel to Dubai next year. They will travel to Dubai Dubai next year. They will travel to Dubai next year. You see the example. After this we have got negative. So negative example structure, we have subject plus will or shall plus not, plus verb plus complement and plus dot. This is the structure, right? Let's change the first example. We will not, or the contracted form is we won't go to, we won't go tomorrow. We won't go tomorrow. It means we will not go tomorrow. We won't go tomorrow, or we will not go tomorrow. So now the second one, how do we change it? We shall not or shan't. Shan't is the contracted form, right? So shan't is the contracted form of shall not. Remember the students, some people say that shall not does not have contraction form. It does, but that's not very common. A lot of people don't use it. It's the contracted form of shall not. Shall not is shan't. If you don't if you want to know more about this, you can study books upon the contracted form of this shan't. Okay, so check the spelling as well, because it has been a long time that I didn't use this structure, the check spelling. So we can call it shan't, which is the contracted form of the word shall not. But I'm not pretty sure upon the structure, what do you say, the structure, the spelling of this one. You can go and check it, check the spelling. I hope the spelling is right. So Google the spelling. You already have phones, check the spelling. I'm sure you will understand more and come across many other contracted forms of the tense, right? Contracted form of shall, if you check it, the contracted form of shall not is what? Shall not is shan't. You go and check that. Contracted form of shall not is shan't. Okay, and the contracted form of will not is won't. The contracted form of will not is won't, and the contracted form of shall not is what? Shan't. Okay, you can go through and find it. So shan't is this contracted form. Now let's move on. Shan't what? Shan't go tomorrow. Now this is negative one. Okay, for a negative we have got two kinds of interrogative. First we study positive interrogative. For positive interrogative we have will. The helping verbs of simple future tense are will and shall. Okay, remember that. Will, shall, plus subject plus verb and plus complement plus question mark. For example, will. So we have will we go tomorrow, like this. If this answer is affirmative, yes we will, or no we won't. Okay, you can also change this one as well, right? Shall we? Got the point? Okay. Negative interrogative, we have negative interrogative. For that we have is negative interrogative will, formal shall plus subject plus not plus verb plus complement and plus dot. This is, so we say will will we not go tomorrow? Will we not go tomorrow? Okay, and the negative, we have a formal, informal, will, shall, plus subject, you know, subject, yeah, plus not, plus subject, plus verb, plus complement, and plus question mark. You see this? Will not, or better to say won't we go tomorrow? It's more it's colloquial, dear students. It's not used in written English. It's colloquial. It's informal, so it's colloquial, spoken English. So this was the first structure with shall and will. Now, dear students, let's move to the be going to structure of past continuous simple future tense. Be going to structure, right, of simple future tense. So be here means be. Remember this one. Be here means is, am, and are. Be here means is, am, are, right? So let's see now the structure, positive structure for be going to. We have is subject plus be and is, am, are, plus going to, and plus verb, plus complement, plus dot. You see that? For example, she is going to do her homework tonight. She's going to do her homework tonight. You see the example? She, subject, is be, right, and going to itself, going to do her homework is the other sentence, right? For example, he is going to, no, let me make are, they are going to study simple future tense. They're going to study simple future tense, positive structure. So for negative structure, for this we have is negative structure, subject plus be as MR plus not plus going to plus verb plus complement and plus dot. Now see this, she is not, or contracted form, isn't she going to do her homework, right? Now the other sentence is they are not going to study simple future tense, or they aren't going to study simple future tense. That's the second example, the second one. Now, so we have positive interrogative for be going to, which is or be plus subject plus going to plus verb plus complement, okay, and plus question mark. So you say is she going to do her homework? I forgot to mention tonight in the above example. Is she going to do her homework tonight, right? Is she going to do her homework tonight? Now you see this positive interrogative. The second example I forgot to mention here, not her homework, sorry, tonight. Not important, the time is okay. The positive negative interrogative we have uh, formal, negative interrogative formal, we have be plus not, oh sorry, plus subject plus not plus be going to, be plus going to plus verb plus complement and plus question mark. So is she not going to do her homework tonight? Is she not going to do her homework tonight? Come on. Yes. If the answer is positive, yes, she is. If it's negative, no, she isn't. This is right. Sorry, no, she isn't. Now this is formal one. Let's talk about an informal one. Let's talk about informal one. So you have this stuff. Negative interrogative informal, be plus not plus subject plus verb plus going to plus complement plus question mark. So this one, is she not, no, isn't she, or isn't she going to do her homework tonight? Negative interrogative. Dear students, these were the structure of simple future tense, both structures. There has this structure, one structure is left. Inshallah, we'll study that next time. This was structure. So let's move on. How to make, why do we use this sentence? Why do we use this tense? So we will study the usages. So let's go through the usages. So the first usage of simple past tense, simple present tense is it expresses an action. It expresses an action which is planned to happen, or that you think it is likely to happen in the future. So شاگردان عزیز, it expresses an action ای ما یک عمل نشان میدهد که which is planned to happen, که تصمیم گرفته شده است که واقع شود, or that you think it is likely to happen, و یا فکر میکنین که امکان داره ممکن واقع شود در مستقبل یا در آینده. Okay, for example, they will probably go to India next week. You know, امکان داره ممکن هفته آینده هندوستان خواهد رفت. رفتن. Okay, so it means that it's planned, right? It's planned, or it's likely. Whenever you use probably, so it shows that it's likely to happen in the future. Okay, second example, I suppose she will come soon. I suppose that she will come soon. It's like I think this way. It's likely she will come soon. Okay, it's that whenever you want to talk about an action which is planned to happen, or that you think it's likely to happen in the future, so you better use simple future tense. هر وقت که شما در مورد یک عمل صحبت میکنید که تصمیم گرفته شده استم و یا ممکن در مستقبل یا آینده واقع شود، ما شما باید در این حالت یا این عمل را با simple future tense نشان بدهیم. Okay, another example, I'm sure she will come, but it needs some time. See here, it's a plan. These two are what? These two actions are likely. They are what? They are likely to happen, right? They are likely to happen, but the last one is a plan. It's a plan that it's gonna happen, right? So whenever if we remove this, well, probably they will go to India next week, it also become plan. But if you put probably, so it becomes likely. Here is the post makes a sentence that it's a likely, but I am sure she will come, but it needs some time. So this sentence is a plan. So for plan actions we use simple future tense. Okay, dear students, good. Now the other usage, for example, the other usage of simple future tenses, it talks about general truths and to say what can be expected to happen if a particular situation arises, when it is used in clauses containing condition, time, and sometimes purposes. It talks about general truth. این میگه در مورد حقیقت های عمومی صحبت میکند. و همچنان to say that what can be expected و یا گفته بشن که چی توقع شده میتونه که واقع شود اگر if a particular situation arises، اگر یک خاص حالت پیدا شود. when it is used in classes، در زمانی که استفاده شود در قضیه های containing condition time right و purpose، قضیه هایی که شرط داره، وقت داره و همچنان مقصد یا مفهوم داشته باشند. یعنی یکی از به ما حقیقت را نشان میدهد و همچنان نشان میدهد که چی توقع شده میتونه اگر این چیزا واقع شد. اگر یعنی این موضوع هستند، اگر یعنی اگر شرط قضیه باشه، وقت باشه و همچنان هدف باشه. مثلا you can see this example: if it rains I will take my umbrella. اگر باران باریدن شروع شد I will take my umbrella. اگر این کار شد توقعش است که این میشه، یعنی این با زیر ربط داره، condition clause هست. اگر این شد این هم میشه right. so هر وقت که شما condition میگین که اگر این کار شد این هم میشه، شما باید simple future tense استفاده کنین و یاد داشته باشین که condition time و purpose این هستن، این clause ها که هستن، قضیه ها که هستن در simple present tense استفاده میشه، معنای future میشه. ما یک استعمال simple present tense رو خوانده بودیم right. I hope you understood that one. Good. So if it rains، اگر باران باریدن شروع کرد I will take my umbrella، ما چتری خود خواد بردم، یعنی خواد گرفتم. So you see this right. اگر این تو شد، این حالت پیدا شد، this situation arises so this will happen right. اگر این حالت در میان آمد این انجام خواهد شد، این توقع شده است، general truth است دیگه. when she comes back این condition شد، این نمی شد. number 2 it was just a time است. when she comes back وقتی که زمانی که او پس برگرده I will surely buy her a new car. من مطمئن هستم که برش یک موتر خود خریدم، اما یک موتر جدید خود خریدم برشم. حالا اینجا سوال چیست که condition چیست، وقت چیست که او اگر بیاید، شرط اینجا است right. there is a condition و condition what is the condition این است که اگر او پس بیاید، اگر نبیاید خود نمیشه، یعنی اگر این کار شود این هم میشه. وقتی که این حالت پورا شود، تکمیل شود، این توقع ازش میشه right. so this is عمل هایی که در توقعات باشد ما simple future tense استفاده میکنیم. that was the second use of simple future tense. the third usage we have, it also expresses a future habitual action which will assume will take place. یک استعمال خیلی مهم simple future tense است. it also expresses a future habitual action. یکی از با ما یک عمل عادتی را نشان میدهد که در مستقبل عادت ما خواهد بود. و هرگاه که شما در مورد یک عمل صحبت میکنین که در مستقبل عمل عادت ما خواهد بود، ما باید simple future tense یا استفاده کنیم. یاد داشته باشین remember this one, the simple future tense is a future form of simple present tense. simple present tense حالت مستقبل simple present tense simple future tense است. ماضیش که simple past tense همه قسم. ولی که عادتی که حال باشه ما simple present tense استفاده میکنیم، عادتی که ماضی باشه simple past tense استفاده میکنیم. عادتی که مستقبل شما خواد داشتین، حالی ندارین یا خواد داشتین در مستقبل. so you should use simple future tense which will assume will take place که ما قسم فکر میکنیم، فرض میکنیم که واقع خواهد شد. for example we will join the gym from tomorrow. سر صبح میگه ما جیم رفتن خواهد شروع کردیم، یعنی سر صبح ما جیم خواهد رفتیم، یعنی جیم شروع خواهد کردیم. حالا اینجا ببینیم یک عمل که است تا حال ما نکردیم، در گذشته هم نشده است، حال نشده است، اما سر صبح بعد از سر صبح عادت ما خواهد شد، عادتا واقع خواهد شد، عادت ما خواهد شد. I will go hunting this summer to نورستان. من میگه خواهد رفتم به شکار در این تابستان به نورستان. در این تابستان ما به نورستان برای شکار خواهد رفتم. So you see that an action will happen. تا حال خود نشده است، اما این summer this summer یعنی این تابستان این عمل عادت ما خواهد شد، خواهد رفتیم، این واقع خواهد شد. هرگاه که شما در مورد یک عمل صحبت میکنین که در فیوچر عادت شما خواهد بود so you have to use. For example یک کار شروع کردین تو میگی که I will take 5 hours sleep every night after this. بعد از یک کار خوب یا خراب رو انجام میدین، یک کسی براتون نصیحت کرد، بعد از او زو پرامیس میکنین که من بعد از این یک قدر خواهد کردم، این را عادت خود خواهد گشتم. یعنی یک زیاد میشه که یک وقت علما که است ما را توصیه میکند، به ما نصیحت میکنه اگر شما نماز خوانیتون نکنین میترسونه که جهنم خواهد رفتین و دور خواهد رفتین. وقتی که پارا بشنویم باز از داره ما یک جمله میبره که I will pray 5 times after this، بعد از این میگه 5 وقت نماز خواهد کرد، می عادت ما خواهد شد در آینده. حالی مثلا ما خو میکنیم الحمدلله، ما میکنیم. اگر بازم کسی که نماز نمیخونه یا کمی ضعیف باشه برای اون باز یک تعهد جور میکنه مثل یک وعده. Okay, understood dear students? Good. Next we have is it sometimes replaces future continuous tense with the verbs, durative verbs, emotion, thinking, position, state of being, and so on. It sometimes بعضی اوقات replaces the future continuous tense، بجای future continuous tense می آید، یعنی جاری زمانه مستقبل می آید with verbs, durative verbs با کلمات durative، right؟ مثلا کلماتی که با ما emotion را نشان می دهد، thinking را نشان می دهد، position را، state of being and so on. emotion کلماتی که ما جذبه را نشان می دهد، کلماتی که با ما thinking یعنی فکر کردن را نشان می دهد، کلماتی که با ما مالکیت را نشان می دهد، کلماتی که با ما حالت را نشان می دهد. این چند فعل هایی که با ما emotion, thinking, position و state of being را نشان می دهد، ما برای این فعل ها یعنی این فعل ها را در simple future tense استفاده میکنیم، معنایش future continuous tense میشه. یعنی بجای future continuous tense simple future tense استفاده میکنیم اگر این حالت آمد. مثلا we will have good time in the wedding party، ما میگه در روسی وقتی خوب خواهد داشتیم. will have اینجا ببینید چی معنی نشان میده، position will have اینجا ما نمیتونیم که we will having، با جای از اینکه we will having بگوییم will have بگوییم بهتر است. این فعل ها هستن که آینجی ندارن، زیاد آینجی را نمیگیرن. we will realize that situation when I am invited there، ولی ببین ما میگه حالت را در خواهد کردیم وقتی که ما اونجا دعوت شویم. ولی realize که از یک ورب است که آینجی نمیگیره، بنابراین اینها را ما در simple future tense استفاده میکنیم، معنایش future continuous tense است. good. So 5 usage of the present simple future tense. At brief, it chiefly used in newspaper and news broadcast for formal announcements of future plans and for weather forecast. The chiefly in newspaper میگه بطور رسمی در newspaper استفاده میشه یا با broadcast چیزی که اعلان میشه برای formal announcement، برای رسمی اعلان ها و همچنان تصمیم های مستقبل و همچنان در مورد پیشگویی یا پیشبینی هوا. You see this؟ یا اقلیم. The weather is cloudy, it will rain shortly. ایتون گفتم که it is going to rain shortly، یعنی این کس در announcement استفاده میشه برای عملهایی که در مستقبل واقع خواهد شد. The education ministry will open a free university for the students. You see اینها را ما در simple tense هم گفته میتونیم، فرقش با اینجا formal و informal میشه. Right? You can also say that. So dear student, this was our all about simple present tense, simple future tense. I hope you understood. Now let's study one more thing about be going to. که یک دیگه موضوع رو ما باید البته بحث کنیم. be going to است. What is be going to? Let's study that. Now be going to is also used in simple future tense, but how? Let's study this. That's another slide. Using be going to plus verb to express futurity. ما be going to استفاده میکنیم که مستقبل را به ما واضح بسازه، اظهار کنه. For example, usage number 1. Be going to is also used to form the future tense of lexical verbs to indicate prior plan, knowledge, or strong action, and most often followed by an expression of time. Be going to که است ما هم استفاده میکنیم که تا عملهای مستقبل را به ما نشان بدهد که خصوصا عملهایی که چی باشه؟ پلان باشه، تصمیم از اول گرفته شده باشه. right؟ تصمیم چی باشه؟ از اول. یکی پلان است، یکی پرایر پلان است، از اول که گرفته شده. یکی پلان است که مستقبل میگیره. پرایر پلان قبلی پلان پری پلان باشه. knowledge علم و همچنان strong action عملهای قوی and most often followed by the time expression و زیاد وقت کتی بگوییم توی که ما وقت استفاده میکنیم کتی ویل اگه استفاده نشه یا همراه ویل خود در فرق نمیکنه اما با بگوییم تو باید ما لازم است که we have to use time expressions. For example, Ali is going to come back next year. Ali کس در سال آینده پس خواهد آمد. Ali going to اینجا معنی چیزیست که پلان است. عمل next year واقع میشه pre-plan است right it's a pre-plan action. I'm going to quit teaching in Salam University next month یعنی در ماه آینده ما تدریس در سلام پانتون رها خواهد کردم من ترک خواهد کردم یک it's what it's also pre-plan action because next month هر وقت که وقت time expression میخواین سر type expression تاکید کنین این جمله را باید اگر شما میخواین که وقت سر وقت تاکید کنین begin to استفاده کنین you have to use begin to if you want focus on the time expressions a lot. So the other one is also it's related to that one. Begin to is used to indicate an action about which we have certainty that will take place for there is no evidence for it now. هر وقت که شما begin to is also begin to هم ما یک عمل نشان میدهد که ما مطمئن باشیم که عمل واقعی میشه that would take place for there is no evidence for it now. اما تا حالی کدام ثبوت نیست هر وقت که شما در مورد یک عمل صحبت میکنین که ثبوت نباشه اما مطمئن باشین که این در مستقبل واقع میشه در این حالت باید شما در این حالت باید شما future tense استفاده کنین اما با کدام structure با structure be going to right اگر will استفاده کنین شاید واقع شه و شاید نشه به خاطر که will برای promise استفاده میشه برای plan که است we use be going to. For example Ali is going to come back next week در هفته آینده علی پس میآید it means مطمئن هستیم certainty است شور است که عمل واقع خواهد شد. I'm going to go to college tomorrow. ما میگه روز next like tomorrow در فردا مکتب یا پانتون میرم مکتب خودش کالج پانتون میگن I'm going to go to college tomorrow ما میگه صبح بخیر به دانشگاه یا پانتون میرم این معنی چیزیست که عمل واقعا شورلی واقع شد اگر واول بگویم یعنی شاید واقع شد شاید نشه اونجا 70% certainty نشان میده will و begin to که 100% یا 90% واقع میشه. So I hope you understand this word as well, dear students. Okay, so let's move on to the other usage. Begin to third usage. Begin to is used to express future intention or decisions which were made in the past or before the time of speaking, but they are only reported now. Begin to is used to express future intention. Begin to کس میگن نیت‌های یا قصدهای مستقبل را به ما نشان می‌دهد or decisions و یا تصامیم را which were made in the past که در ماضی گذشته گرفته شده بودند or before the time of speaking یا قبل از وقت صحبت but they are only reported now اما عالی راپور شده است در این عمل ما باید چه استفاده کنیم begin to the simple future tense. هر وقت که شما در مورد یک عمل صحبت میکنین که در گذشته یا قصد گرفته شده است یا تصمیم گرفته شده است یا قبل از صحبت های ما تصمیم گرفته شده است واقع میشه ما begin to در اون حالت استفاده میکنیم. For example you see we are going to buy a new house in year 2007 در سال 2007 البته I have to make it to 2020 yeah let's make it 2025 right for example you say we are going to buy a new house in the year 2025 در سال 2025 ما یک نو خانه خود خریدیم right this is یک عمل است که از تصمیم وقت گرفته شده است حال گرفته شده است با واقعی چی وقت بشه بعد از چند سال ها. Ali is going to go to UK for higher education. Ali میگه UK میره یعنی با بریتانیا میره با تحصیلات عالی right تصمیم قبلا گرفته شده است اما واقعی پسان خواهد شد. فکر کنید صنف 11 است تصمیم میگیره یا صنف 10 است تصمیم میگیره right در این قسم ها ما will tense do use کدام زمان را استفاده میکنیم simple future tense right okay with be going to structure با structure be going to ایرا یاد داشته باشین شاگردان عزیز. Okay Remember, یاد داشته باشید in a very formal English در انگلیسی خیلی رسمی we use well rather than be going to. ما well استفاده میکنیم نسبت به be going to talk about future events که در مورد حادثات یا event های future صحبت کنه that have been previously arranged in the some details که در گذشته تصمیم گرفته شده باشه. ما میتونیم که یک عمل که قبلی تصمیم شده باشه قصد شده باشه که واقع شوه بر اونها فیوچر تنس استفاده کنیم از ویل استفاده کنیم. فرقش این است که ویل very formal است و بیگوینگ تو کیس فارمال مطلب این است که ویل برای رایتینگ خیلی استفاده میشه و بیگوینگ تو کیس صحبت های یعنی کالی کلی درس وال اسپوکن میشه زیاد و ویل کیس ریتن میشه. فور اگزامپل ما میگیم که the class will begin at 8 am صنف کیس 8 بجه شروع خواهد شد. اگر شروع شده است تصمیم خیلی زیاد است باز این simple present tense میگیره right. Ali will be available at his office at 4 o'clock tomorrow. صبح بخیر علی در دفتر خود 4 بجه موجود خواهد بود. حالا اینجا این معناست که اگر ما بیگویم تو بگوییم خب یک فرقش نمی است که فیر فرمال نمیشه. برای اعلان یا رایتینگ که از ما ویل استفاده میکنیم. اگر عمل تصمیم حال گرفته شده باشه و تصمیم خیلی قوی باشه باز تایم تیبل اکتیویتی باشه باز ما سیمپل پرزنت تنس استفاده میکنیم. اما این تایم تیبل اکتیویتی نیست فقط یک وقت مشخص شده است. ما اینجا ما سیمپل پرزنت تنس استفاده میکنیم. I hope you understood dear students. Okay. You see that for usage, begin to is used to express someone's intentions and prediction. Begin to case قصدهای یک شخص و همچنان پیشگویی یک شخص نشان میدهد. هر وقت شما قصد نشان بدهید پیشگویی میخواین نشان بدهید باید شما begin to استفاده کنید در simple future tense. For example, I'm going to apply for a good job upon graduation. میگه بعد از فراغت ما به یک وظیفه خوب درخواست خواهد کردم اپلای خواهد کردم. You see یک intention است. Prediction ببینید. The weather is cloudy. It is going to rain. هوا میگه ابری است باران خواهد بارید right بارش خواهد بارید. یکی از prediction برای prediction ما begin to استفاده میکنیم right. Sixth usage begin to is used to indicate an action which will happen in the fairly immediate or okay skip this. Begin to is often used in main classes of condition sentence to give warnings. وقتی که شما میخواین که وارنینگ اخطار بدهین begin to استفاده میکنیم اما اینجا main class استفاده میشه. main class عزیز که کاتی condition class time class استفاده نمیشه در دیگر صنف یعنی the independent class نه بلکه independent class استفاده میشه. مثلا if you don't study hard you are going to expelled from the class. اگر سخت مطالعه نکنی از صنف اخراج خواهد شدی. expel اخراج کرده شده نمیگن. You see اگر این خواهد شد یک وارنینگ هر وقت شما وارنینگ میگین به کسی که در مستقبل یا آینده کار خواهد واقع شد اگر این کار کنی باز بیگویی تو استفاده کنین. Ali is going to fail if he doesn't do his homework. علی که ناکام خواهد شد اگر کارخانگی نکند if he condition باشد right. Begin to is used to indicate an action which is happening at the moment of or around the time of speaking. Begin to هم یک عمل نشان میدهد که در جریان گپای واقع میشه. این باز که present simple tense و present continuous tense یک فرق نداره. فرقش هست ان شاء الله باز میفهمیم. Look the bomb is going to blast. فقط چند لحظه پیش ببین بمب که چی میشه ولی انفجار میکنه. Let's go to the class. The teacher is going to start the lecture right. Okay. So begin to is used to talk about activities or events over which we have no control or can manage it. begin to کس به ما یک عمل نشان میدهد که یا حالت یک ایونت یا حادثه را که ما اون سر از کنترل نداشته باشیم یا ما اداره کرده نتونیم. It is going to rain very heavily today. کنترل کرده نمیتونیم. Natural things. A scientist says that satellite is going to fall to Earth tonight. یک قسمی عمل. So the end Shogolana is what this was all about. We're going to I hope you understood. If you have any question suggestions regarding today's lesson you are most welcome to ask. Stay safe dear students, stay happy. Wish you all the best.